Hello. Believe it or not, this is the end video. Oh, the struggles. Anyway, welcome again. Okay, you don't know what the rest, but okay, welcome. Um, this is bonus. This is bonus YouTube video, as you've seen in the big logo behind there. For this is a walkthrough for a CTF we did this past weekend. It was an interesting CTF. We managed to actually be the top. Well, it was really competitive. So this video will be a walkthrough on the OSINT challenges we managed to solve, or rather my team managed to solve. I am the worst when it comes to OSINT. I don't know. I kind of have bias to things that are not okay. It's red team related, but yes, you can argue. Well, there are two challenges, two OSINT challenges. They were really interesting, given that they came from one of the best OSINT guys I know in Kenya. Though, dude is a troll, a very big troll. So some of his challenges you'd find to be troll worthy. How should I put it? Troll worthy. Yeah, let's use that. So there were two challenges. I think frosted footprints and through the eyes. I'll be going through each and every challenge. They are interesting, ish, but yes. Okay, yeah. Let's start. Okay, for the first challenge, I'll be going through the frosted footprints first. Let me find it. I have problems with finding things. So, okay. Forgive the internet. Okay, so wait. Frosted Footprints by Voldemort. Yeah, you've had it here, the villain himself. So yeah, the first challenge is Frosted Footprints. Footprints sounds like step one, step two, like the way you walk, you leave footprints, and also footprints, history, yeah, things like that. Yada yada. I'm just trying to be, I'm trying to be intelligent here. Yeah. Uh, this is a shout out to the members of the teams who solved these OSINT challenges. Um, they are awesome. I think it was and Hedda, Beetle, Sherlock, and Kevin, and plus Mystique. Bloom and Nefert. There's a couple of them who actually managed to solve these OSINT challenges. I was just joyriding because I really am bad at OSINT, but I kinda learnt a lot through this. So, Voldemort and OSINT, well known. Now, the first OSINT, start from the description, it's called Frosted Footprints. The description is some institutions go beyond preserving history, they celebrate it. Okay. The first question, one museum in particular highlight. Okay, this sounds like it's one sentence with the previous one, so let's just start from the start. Some institutions go beyond preserving history, they celebrate it. One museum in particular highlights Black History Month through the lens of winter sports. Through the lens of winter sport. So through a game, through a sport. Okay. Can you uncover which museum it is? If so, identify the name of the author of the article that tells the story. So basically, can we identify the museum? And if you find that the museum, we'll find the author that tells the story. Okay, now we can actually do this easily. We can just search using the keywords written here, the keywords in this particular challenge. We start with one museum in particular, so it's a museum. So when searching, forgive the tabs, please don't look at the tabs. Okay, cool. So the museum, let's search using the key terms. So we searched using a museum, Black History Month, and winter sport. Three keywords that are literally in the text, in the description. When we search using those three keywords, we find the first link is a link to Lake Placid Olympic Museum, and the title is Black History Month. So Allah, we've solved the challenge, right? Well, not quite yet. We still need to find the author name. Now that is pretty easy given that we found the blog. Click on the blog, scroll to the bottom and find the author. Easy, right? Easy, very easy, very easy. Okay, that's the easy bit. The first part was pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Most people solved it, right? Now the second part was where now the trolling talent of Voldemort comes in. Okay, well, it's wordplay, but let's credit him, it's trolling. Okay. By 2022, a certain athlete. This is the question. I'm reading the questions, guys. The question. Okay. By 2022, a certain athlete had become the most decorated black athlete in this winter sport. So this winter sport, the one we've been talking about. In a moment of gratitude, they publicly thanked someone significant. Ooh, okay. But before this person became known in their current role, they had their own sporting dreams. What was their original sport of choice? Now here's where it is. Okay, there's some slight wordplay. It was interesting. Before we actually got to the answer, we were lost. Or before we actually got to the real part where we were supposed to look at, we were lost. We thought the entire sentence was talking about the athlete who was doing the thanking, but actually it wasn't. It was the one being thanked that we were supposed to look at. So yeah, we'll use the keywords again to actually search for this particular athlete. But wait a minute, we actually were looking at a blog on Black History Month, and all of a sudden now we are talking about the same winter sport, but now talking about some athlete who was considered or decorated the most decorated black athlete in that particular winter sport. Okay, let's check. Now the suspicion is that blog talks about this, so we can definitely just search for the keywords in that particular blog, not on Google. Let's start with 2022, because well, it shouts 2022, doesn't it? Okay, find 2022, and yes, we find it. It looks like my previous highlighting is still there, which is okay. I like highlighting blogs when I'm going through them. So yeah, so we see that the athlete that we were talking about who was doing the thanking is called Elana Meyers Taylor. Also a bobsledder. Okay, which sport is that? Bobsledding. That's it. Bobsled was, oh, okay. I should do these ones. Okay, so she was a bobsledder. So she is the most decorated athlete in Winter Olympic history with 5 medals. She particularly thanked Vonetta Flowers. Wow, such a beautiful name. Vonetta Flowers. And all other black athletes participants in the Winter Games for helping to pave the way for success. Yay to all athletes. Okay. What were we looking for? Were we looking for her name? But before this person became known in their current role, they had their own sporting dreams. What was the original sport of choice? Vonetta. What's your original sport of choice? Let's search. Let's just Google what Vonetta wanted or chose before she chose bobsledding. Did she? Okay, I think so. Bobsledding. So previous sport. Let's search that. Just a quick search, just the first entry on Google tells us our answer. Vonetta Flowers was a sprinter and a long jumper at the University of Alabama, a very hard university to pronounce. Okay, yeah, maybe she later turned to bobsledding. Okay. Now this was the answer. The answer was sprinter, but I really hoped or wished they could have used the regex to check for the answer, because at first we thought we were wrong. Yeah, We tried Sprinter the way it is written on Google with the lowercase s, but it failed. But then when we attempted with the capital S, it actually worked. Yeah, I think this can be improved in more CTFs that are organized by the wonderful CTF room. Okay, that was it for the frosted footprints. We've walked, we've left footprints. Okay, not us, but Elana Wares and Vonetta Flowers have left footprints in Black history, which is interesting to know. I didn't even know there was bobsledding until this CTF. Well, until now, but yeah. Okay, that is it for frosted footprints. Now let's get going to the next challenge. Okay, the next challenge is through their eyes. Oh, this challenge. Okay, let's begin. It was a very tad hefty points, 100 points for just one question. So it says, through the eyes, every story has its origin, and Black History Month is no exception. Every story has its origin, and Black History Month is no exception. So Black History Month has an origin. We all know that. Now the question, do you know who first laid its foundation? I don't know. We'll get to know. Let's continue. But let's take it a step further. History isn't just made, it's captured. Who was behind the lens of his most famous photograph? So we're looking for this dude's photographer or this chica's photographer. Okay, let's analyze this all sentence. Do you know the first? Do you know the? Do you know who first laid its foundation? Foundation of Black History Month. Now we'll just look for that. We just say, who laid the foundation of Black History Month? Search. So it's Carter Johnson. Carter Woodson. It's Carter Woodson. Okay. Now just scrolling through Google, we see Wikipedia with Black History Month as a screaming title and the blue color that shows that I clicked it before this video. Okay, yeah, let's check it. So we go to Wikipedia and we can read through all of this. Let's start. Black History Month is an annual. Well, here's the picture. We see the picture, the photograph you're looking for. Because it's on Wikipedia, I assumed it was the famous picture. Yes, I did. But before I even assumed that, I think I went through all the images on Google, and I realized like it was indeed the famous pictures. Here he is. Here he is. What a handsome guy. Ish, a good looker. Better than me. Okay. So let's go back to Wikipedia. Now we need to find the photographer behind this particular photograph of Carter G. Woodson. Now in Wikipedia, if you click on an image, there's a bar down here that will show. I don't know why it doesn't show when recording, but there's a bar down here. Oh, I don't understand why it doesn't show at all. But in that bar, if you just follow along with the write up, you'll realize there is like a Carter G. Woodson and then 1875 to 1950. I wasn't born back then. I am a 1970 person. Lies. Anyway, if you look at it down there, if you click on it while you're following with me, you'll see that there's some writings there. Now here's where the laugh comes in. Literally, we found a bunch of photographers, Carter Smith brothers, and we tried all these, but they failed. And then we later realized, or we later just decided, okay, let us just write what we see on Wikipedia. Because in that bar that I'm talking about that is invisible as me right now, well, all of can you see me? Okay, enough jokes. Yeah, that invisible bar that you can't see from your end, just write on Wikipedia, you'll see it. It has the author's name. The author is a non-author. Okay, it's not a name, but yeah, we just decided to try keying in a non-author, and surprisingly, it worked. Anyway, now if you take the name an author, unknown author, from just down there on that bar, white bar that you can't see, you'll just have to click on Wikipedia to actually check, and then you use it at the as the answer. It will actually work. So it was unknown author. Yes, it was unknown author. It took us at least, like, it took us, okay, enough. I'm feeling emotional, but yeah, it was unknown author. Anyway, thank you everyone for staying through this weird video of me rambling about OSINT and making a lot of noise. And yeah, also, if you want an additional challenge from this same author that I really loved, or almost the entire team loved, because we were all down there trying this particular challenge. Well, while solving it, it was pretty hard and it needed a lot of research. But when you watch the video that we've created, you'll find the video somewhere there. When you watch it, you'll actually love it. Okay, you'll see it as easy, but during that time, it was hard. There's a new technique we learned, or new tool for steganography we learned that we'd love to share. So be sure to just check the next video. And as always, there's that like button, and subscribe, right there, sub it. Yeah, yeah. Cheers, guys, and have a nice one.